You kind of made a name for yourself writing these stories of guys who beat the system.
Yeah,
to a certain extent.
Like genius kids who kind of do something crazy and become rock stars along the way. That's kind of my beat, yeah.
And this is a bit about what Sex on the Moon is about too.
Yeah, it's a brilliant kid he crosses that line though. This is a kid who was a genius who just did something really stupid because he fell in love. It's a crazy story. It's kind of the most wild story that I think I've ever found.
So his name is Thad Roberts. First of all, I'm curious, how you find some of these stories these days, because people now reach out to you, right?
Yeah, I become like the go-to guy for every college kid who commits a crime or does something wild. And mutual friends, Thad Roberts had just gotten out of prison, and his friends called me up because they loved my books and they thought this would be a great story for me. And this is a kid who literally was at NASA. He was on his way to becoming an astronaut, and he falls in love with a girl, and to impress her, he steals a 600-pound safe full of moon rocks from every moon landing in history, and he spreads some of them on a bed and has sex with his girlfriend on them and then tries to sell them over the internet.
One of the most unusual crimes or thefts in U.S. or world history.
It really is, and it was completely covered up, so nobody knew this story because NASA was embarrassed by it. They didn't want anybody to know about, one of their own had robbed them. But it's just wild. I mean, it's all about kind of how crazy NASA is and all the cool stuff that went on there, and then this kid who just, does something bad and regrets it, but it's one of those Ocean's 11 heists when he does it.